Hello everyone, my name is Cyber Prime and welcome back to the Boys in the Pod. I am your host, Cyber Prime, as I have just stated. And as you can possibly tell, am very tired. But good job I am not here by myself to ramble into the void of nothingness as I slowly go insane due to sleep deprivation. No, I am joined by my ever-present, loyal friend, the Turtle Guy.
No, it's me, Hoover. After my long absence, I'm finally back on the pod.
It hasn't been that long of an absence, has it?
It's been a while, hasn't it?
I don't think so. Was he
Oh no,
not?
wait.
Was he
Did
not in the
Hoover
last
not
one?
interrupt?
I,
Yeah, no. Did he
I,
not kind of come in midway through through the beautiful reinstatement of trash, which was not at all. Weren't we going for a completely different topic that episode? I've just realized. Why
Yes,
is it
we
every
were.
time that we start a pod, it's just like, oh shit, wait, we could have done a much different topic.
That is true. No, Hoover interrupted at the very end of the slow and grisly deaths of Cyber Hoover and that liar David.
Oh yes.
That's the last episode Hoover was in. Hoover was in properly the episode before that though, which was the friendship test.
So if we name
No,
this
I'm a
episode
liar.
Hoover.
Oh no, Hoover was in that episode. Sorry, yeah.
If we name this episode Hoover, logic dictates that he should appear by the end of it.
No, what?
Well, Hoover's name was in the cruel and grisly, whatever long-winded ass title I gave it, of Cyber Hoover and that liar David.
Yeah.
And he appeared at the end of it. What I'm saying is if we put Hoover's name in the title, would he appear?
I very much doubt it, but I cannot control. But I do know that Hoover may or may not be occupied right now. I genuinely don't know. As for David, who knows? The man is a mystery.
We
The
don't
man
know
is smoke.
what Hoover is up to. There's always that
never
little
do.
bit of fear that you never know where or what exactly Hoover may or may not be up to.
He's probably in your walls. Probably. Almost certainly in someone's walls.
Like the unknown.
Like the unknown. The unknown of the chocolate factory. But anyway, this is... I did not start the timer for this. This is going fucking brilliantly, isn't it? Okay, so... let's just go into small talk. Turtle Guy, do you have anything that you would like to discuss?
Did I mention in last week's episode what did I mention in last? No, I don't.
That's
Did
a
I
great
even
question.
get the opportunity to? I'm trying to remember. Did I mention anything explicitly in last week's small talk? But I don't know if I did or not.
Man, my brain is currently on fumes, so I'm not gonna even notice.
That's okay. So I'm not gonna go too deep into it, but it's been a day. Got news that I was expecting to get tomorrow today, so that was fun. Traveled, got some just kind of businessy work done. Sounds so proper and grown up.
He's a man of the
Misplaced or
business.
lost?
Man of the town.
Yeah, uptown.
Uptown
Misplaced or
girl.
lost my power bank.
Oh
Which,
yeah, you mentioned that. Funny enough, I lost my phone charger yesterday. I say lost, I just left it in the room that I was staying in.
So someone right now is like, oh, a power bank, oh, a charger cable.
If they got from presumably where you lost your power bank to the specific room that I locked behind me and left my charger in, I would be very surprised.
That's impressive. I was slightly worried, but impressive all the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a bit bummed that I don't have a power bank. I want to get a new one. Like I want to get a good. See, Cyber, are you a user of a power bank? Probably not.
I was. I
Because
usually only use it when I
Yeah.
travel.
Yeah, I was gonna say you have basically one thing that I do not have.
A soul, yeah. It charges it entirely as I walk. I'm able to balance my chi, and it just goes straight into the phone. And it's a very nice way of warming it up, you know. Meanwhile, Turtle Guy here doesn't have a soul. He's a husk of
Yeah,
scales and a shell,
yeah.
and it's gained sentience somehow. But he'll never reach heaven or hell or anything else you believe in. He will simply degrade into dust and cease
I don't know why
existence
we've
at the
taken this
end of
turn in the
time.
conversation.
I don't know, sorry. You can carry on. Go back into
I
whatever
was
you were
gonna say
saying.
a car is basically a giant power bank.
That is true. My car charges many things as I drive around. Um, and it will hopefully continue to do so. Because if
Yeah,
it doesn't, it means
so.
the car is broken, and that's just not good. This is a whole other can of worms.
That's no bueno.
That is no. You just get like
See,
your
if I
mechanic's bill back, and it just says no bueno.
Oh no, yeah, no. If I was a car designer, I wouldn't have like the lights and little symbols pop up on the dash. I'd just have like I don't know, maybe it'd be audio, just like gas is no good.
You
Exit,
you
exit the
do
vehicle.
you do you do realize that the signs are there for people who are potentially hearing impaired or struggle with hearing. So
I'd
if
have
you
like a little
remove the
emoji of a man
visuals
on a stick man on fire.
for everything, how are you gonna know what like speed you're going at? You calculate it in your head by knots. You just use the knots system with a rope out your window, and then you see him and he goes through your fingers. Then you have to do maths as you drive, and then oh no, you've driven
Oh,
into the person in front of
that's a topic in itself. Turtle Guy redesigns things that we already have.
you. Turtle
Toaster,
Guy,
nay nay.
oh
Sun
man,
machine with bread.
Turtle Guy Turtle Guy does physics is definitely an actual episode that we need to do.
Turtle Guy does like fifth grade homework.
But, well, no, we're not going to get you to do like spelling and coloring in the. That's not fifth grade, is it? Anyway, well, spelling might be
That's
technically.
what the
But
fuck are you doing?
so, man, I am telling you, I think I've
Oh
accidentally
damn!
peered
I
into a
get a
different
fucking
reality.
A. That was well. I get a B minus. I get an A in the coloring and like they'd be like, so you spelled these words right. It's just not the right language.
Yeah, you just accidentally write into like the Minecraft enchanting language, and then as you open your mouth, it's
It
just
just
like the experience
that was
line. It's
me
like
back
ding,
in
ding, 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 ding.
that was me with spelling tests. Like I was just like possessed by the devil, writing like in some weird backwards devil tongue.
In a genuine thing for spelling tests when I was younger, and this is, I don't know if I've ever told you this before, and I don't know
Oh,
why I'm
ooh,
going to
the
say this
lore.
as a recording, and I'm probably going to look back at this and be like, why did you say that, Cyber? That no one needed to know. But when I was practicing spellings as a young robot of like, how
Mm.
old was I? Like 5
Wee
maybe?
little mother boy, little toaster cyber.
I think I was about 5 or 6. Whenever I'd get spellings wrong, if I was studying them like for a good while, and if I still got them wrong, I would fall on the floor, go like ah, and then roll around like a sausage, until it got stuck in my head, and then it would come to the point where I'd just get so tired of rolling that I'd just lie there looking up at the ceiling thinking about the words, and that would go for like 10 minutes, and then I'd get my parents to ask me the spellings again, and then if I didn't get them right, guess where I'd go? Back to
Down on
the
the floor.
floor. I would roll
Oh
around
god.
again, and I would just
I
become
don't
a
know.
sausage
Well,
screaming.
you're quite good at spelling, and I'm not. So clearly,
Oh, I
I
got like
cannot.
I can say I got like 9 out of 10s, 19 out of 20s, 20 out of 20, 10 out of 10s right for everything. I don't think I ever got more than 2
Yeah.
wrong, but that was from pure hardship
Want to know
and
what I got,
like
Buster?
pain.
I got parent called into the fucking school about like, yeah, he can't fucking spell. I don't know what. To this day, I'm still not 100% sure what that meeting was about. I remember that my parent was very angry, but to this day, I'm just like, did they not maybe think that I needed help?
Wait, were you there?
No, 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 no. The parent was called in to meet with the teacher. I was left outside for some reason.
On your own or in the car? Or wait, what situation was
I
this?
can't actually remember. Part of me thinks I might have been like outside the fucking school.
That's a bit strange. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
it's just like,
lie.
oh, you know.
Um,
It's such a bizarre fucking scenario.
yeah, I don't know. I don't remember any times my parents were kind of called in.
Well,
that I'm willing to share. Anyway, I don't remember anything. But the rolling around on the floor
like
for spelling
he's
tests.
writing shit on the walls.
He's
He's
speaking in
talking
tongues
about
again. God damn it, we need
destiny.
to get a
He's
priest.
talking about his destiny.
Yeah, but that didn't exist back then. But I'm sure at some point that would have crossed my
He had
mind.
future visions.
I was seeing my destiny. uh,
How
so in
the
my
fuck
small
did we
talk, I
get
think
on
I'm
this
getting a
topic?
cold. So that's
I
that's
love
what
how
I'm
my
doing.
topic was just like something, something. We're back at school and saying fucking speaking in devil tongue.
Yeah, but sorry if you hear noise. I'm taking off my shoes, but I think I'm getting a
I thought you were
cold.
gonna say your shit. Oh, it's a fashion update. We got a fashion
And
update,
no,
boys.
it's not. That's
It's
just a general
news.
thing. It didn't have the introduction, didn't have the authorization. It couldn't get through podcast customs.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-da-da.
Sadly, that didn't match the
On it.
last one, so we can't authorize it. We can't prove its identity.
It
But basically,
always. They never match.
in my oh, that's unfortunate for the paperwork, isn't it? But in my growing sore throat for my cold, that is rapidly approaching, very inconveniently towards the time where I should be on holidays. I
Wait, how is that
was told
inconvenient? You don't.
because I need to speak, turtle guy. I want to
When do
be
you need
able to
to speak during
communicate
your
while I'm not
holidays?
working. What do you mean?
Communicate
What
to
do you
who?
mean? I need to. I'm not going to live every day of the weeks just not speaking. I like.
Learn sign language.
I really
Speak
want to. I
through hand
genuinely want to.
gestures.
There's someone that
I
I
want to
know.
too.
There's
Oh.
there's someone that I know. This is not my small talk, but that did bring it up. That is growing. That they know they will
They're
be.
growing.
No, but they're growing
Oh
deafer.
right.
They
Oh
know they
okay.
will be like probably deaf by the time they're a young adult or like a middle-aged adult. So I was determined. I went up to this person and I was like, you know, I always want to be able to talk to you without any fault. I will learn sign language. And then that person turned around to me and was like, cool, I'm not gonna. And then just, it was never brought up again. So there was no
I
point in me
love
learning
you're
sign
trying to
language
have this
because I
lovely
wouldn't be
moment.
able, they wouldn't be able to communicate back if they don't learn sign language themselves. So, also, there's multiple sign languages, so it's way more confusing than it looks. I have a
Well, yeah,
lot of
because you have
respect.
like you have ALS American Sign Language,
Exactly.
BLS British Sign Language, BTS not sign
That's a
language.
band.
That's a band.
That's a band.
That's a K-pop band.
But in terms
Small
of
talk.
back to my, did you say hold on?
Small talk.
Oh, sorry. Back to that. Sorry. That's I I I
I was
apologize.
helping you out, brother.
I got a little bit ahead of myself there. But
Just a tad.
in terms of my small talk, I was told a solution that I have never heard
Ooh.
of before for curing a sore throat before they really get you.
Removing your throat?
And no, taking chewing gum. Apparently, according to this person, if you start to feel a sore throat coming on, immediately take chewing gum and keep taking it for hours on end, and it should stop the throat from getting sorer. And I
By
think,
taking it, do they just mean chew the chewing gum as normal or swallow that shit? Break the one
but
rule.
tur- tur-
Yes.
I know we've had a history of discussing eating chewing gum on this podcast before, but
Dramatic. Dramatic.
you're never ever supposed to actually eat chewing gum. You know that, right?
Why the fuck do they invent it? And it's just like, ah, yes, put this in your mouth, but don't swallow!
Man, why did they invent cigarettes? It's the exact same kind of situation. There's some things that,
Yeah,
um,
but like, how
what?
much chewing gum can you swallow before it kills you? Can it kill you?
Yeah, well, no, that's,
It's not the chewing gum that kills you.
oh, let me look it up. Okay, I'm gonna get the exact
Well,
science on this shit. Um,
we interrupt the podcast for the science.
uh,
I'm gonna say like maybe like 3.
maybe like 3.
Yeah, three sticks of gum, like big gum.
So if you swallow one piece a day or 4 pieces of gum at once, apparently, it can risk your entire digestive system being blocked up internally.
That yeah, I had my theory was that it would cause a blockage.
Yeah, but generally, apparently, it isn't harmful if you swallow it. But
Okay.
there is like folklore that says that it's not that it'll like stick in your stomach, but apparently that's not
Folklore?
actually true.
Was it invented by dragons?
What the fuck does no? Fo-
Well,
Folk
folklore myths.
no, but myths and folklore are slightly different. Like
Nah,
folklore
all the
can still
same in
be
my book.
modern day. It
Nah.
just might not be the same as the mythical dragons of old, Bilbo
Oh, the
and
mythical
Gandalf the
dragon. Oh,
Grey.
very much off topic, but I want to see if you had an opinion on it, Cyber. Did you see they're making a Lego Dungeons and Dragons set?
I seen that you sent it in, but I did not look at it. I apologize.
Have
That
a
is a peek
gander at
into
it.
that's a peek into the group chat style of this. It'll pop up and I'll be like, "Oh, that's really interesting," and I just won't look. I'll just forget about it. I'll be doing something else at the time. I'm not going to be able to do it, and then
Cries
I
in turtle
forget.
guy.
I forget, but I
In
will look at
fairness,
it
that
afterwards.
that does happen. There are conversations that happen and be resolved, and I do read them and engage, but I'm also just like, well, I've missed my chance.
I've missed my chance to join. Why do I keep slipping into strange accents? I'm sorry. I do apologize. But Turtle
Well,
Guy,
speaking of
do you
slipping,
know what I? No. Oh God, that is not the
we're
direction
slipping
I was
back into
hoping it
old
to.
habits.
Oh,
Old habits,
that's
Cyber.
not the direction I was hoping for this specific
You know,
version to
I
be.
sure I sure bet that someone who has ingested chewing gum has said like, "Oh no, it's in my digestive tract for 7 years. It's really made a mark on my life."
Hey, who the hell is hosting here?
I'm trying to help. I'm trying to give you segues.
I don't know if I don't know if I
You said
appreciate
to me
this.
before we started
Before recording
recording,
this, I said I
you're
was
no
a
good.
master of segues. I did not freeze for a
No, you
solid
said
three
the
seconds
opposite.
and then just say that I couldn't do segues. That is not true.
Yeah,
That is
I
slanderous.
mean,
No, if anyone believes that, you are believing in Turtle Guy propaganda. Go and subscribe to
I
Turtle Guy to
fucking
show you
love
mean
Turtle Guy
business.
propaganda.
So, okay.
Join the Turtle Guy
Welcome.
propaganda
Welcome
to
everyone
Jurassic
that's
Park.
listening.
Na, 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 na. There we
Oh
go,
god,
end of
imagine the
episode.
size of Dino. That's actually in the movie.
Dino poop?
Yeah, they like
He's
dive
quite
into it
big.
and stuff. Well, no, they don't dive into it, but they stick their hands in it, don't they? And they like examine it for like nutrient. Am I? Did I make this up? Is that not? Is that not actually?
No, what's her name?
Yeah,
Laura
Harding is it?
Dern's character?
No,
I
Harding is the
don't
second movie, I think.
remember.
Oh shit, I keep
Let's
forgetting her
not.
name. What is it?
David is probably currently listening to this like,
Yeah,
you
he's
idiots!
screaming. He's calling us. I've read the fucking
Ah!
books. I should actually know this, but for
You
some
wrote the
reason, I
book!
keep like forgetting her
So
name in
a fun
particular.
fact to make me look good. Uh, I'm probably gonna get a text from David like it's pronounced. You're pronouncing it wrong. Laura Dern's character in Jurassic Park put hand into the poop. However, in the Lego games, no, in the Lego games,
What
they'd walk
way?
up to a big thing of poop, and she would just jump into it and like get like a whole bunch of items and stuff.
Oh, maybe that's what I was thinking of, but that's well, I don't know. Jurassic Park they interacted Dino Poop, but speaking of, welcome, ladies and gentlemen,
Oh,
and everyone, to Leaving Your Mark Part 3, the trilogy.
officially.
Officially, this is the official third Leaving Your Mark. So this does not have to be toilet-based discussions, but I am going to start it with a
I
toilet-based
mean,
discussion. I have a story, and it's a very small story, but it's a story that made me feel all sort of weird inside while it was happening, in a scary sort of way. So basically, I was in the middle of this lecture. It was
ooh,
it was actually quite an interesting lecture. It was all about kind of, you know what? What the lecture wasn't about doesn't matter. That's just extra context that you don't need to know. But I got up, I left the room,
whoa,
and I was striding. I was walking, eyes up, chin up, face forward, shoes tied, hands in my pockets,
Face forward
strutting
or like face
towards.
high up? Like were you
Well, I wasn't
looking
like
straight
looking up to the
on,
sky. I
or were
was
you
like,
looking kind
I, I,
of
I look forward when I walk. I look forward, and then I maintain eye
get
contact
off?
with anyone that accidentally walks in between me, and I just stare at them until I go around the corner. No, that bit's not true. But I was walking forward.
Uh, peek behind the curtain. Cyber does this every time
Why do we have so many
we are in his
curtains? Why are we
vicinity.
surrounded by curtains in this recording booth? I don't like it.
We
That was a
are in
weird
the
choice.
theater, are we not?
Yes, but I don't like it, man. We should get rid of there's like 17 different colored curtains right now. I don't even know how to name all these
Yes.
different shades. Anyway, back to the story.
Rouge.
I was is French for red, I believe.
Yes,
So
but we call it rouge in the theater.
I'm cool, nice. So I was strutting. You know why I was strutting? Why I was walking
Strutting,
like a man who
you
had
were
a
strutting
mission
for
to
some
complete.
mutton.
Nope, that
Yeah,
is
you want
very,
food.
very wrong. I needed to go to the toilet. So I was walking, and in this building that I have my lecture in, the closest toilets are these really dirty, constantly like malnourished toilets where they've literally two
Find
of the
me a healthy
doors.
toilet. Find me a toilet that is well nourished and well upkept.
Two of the doors of the toilet stalls are just missing. I don't know what happened to them. They have been removed off the hinges. So if you go to take a
Clearly,
poop, there's
someone is just
nothing
like,
there in
I
front of you.
needed them.
Yeah, but if you take a poop, they've basically de-pooped two of the toilets. So they've just become two
De-pooped?
urinals. Unless you're incredibly brave or scary. So
Or
that
could
is
you imagine? You're walking past and you just see a guy full eye contact just sitting there shitting.
that is
I
basically
was
what
about to
happens.
say the fucking thing. It's just there like
But little do some people know is that if you go out of your way to walk to the absolute other end of the building, go towards the corner that has the vending machines in it, past all of the tables and all of like the little coffee spot, and if you go around the vending machines to this kind of slightly dimly lit hallway, you can actually find another toilet. And this toilet is always clean. It's also massive. There's like six toilets and like eight
That's
urinals.
because according to your directions, it's like fucking Narnia.
Yeah, it's like Diagon Alley. It's toilet stall 3 3/4. You have to sprint into it at a very specific time of day, and then you get through. But
Yeah,
basically,
like certain students, if I were ever to try and find it, I would actually be trapped. There'd be like I'd be trapped within the walls or something.
that would be
I'd
terrifying.
be
Just
there
you screaming.
unconscious.
But
What's that? It's the unknown turtle guy.
coming
An evil turtle that's been trapped in the wall.
forever to remain.
Forever apparently, yeah.
But basically, I went in and I was going as normal. There was the mirror to my right. There was the nice oiled toilet. No, they weren't oiled, but the reflective
Oiled?
tile.
Oiled?
That was a very poor choice of words. The
Yeah,
reflective tiles.
Olympic. What is this? Olympic fucking pissing and shitting. They're oiled up.
There's
The
like a
toilet
long
must also
jump
be
thing.
oiled up.
You have to like
Yeah,
there's like
they
a
wear,
sand
like,
line
powder
between
on
you
their
and the
head.
urinal.
So no, that's why they remove the doors. It's so the judges can like hold up their signs of like 9.5, 10.
They
I didn't
weigh
like
like
it.
your
I loved it.
poops. Oh man, but no, a
That's
polished floor.
Don't do Strictly Come Dancing. Cancel Strictly Come Dancing. Strictly Come Pooping.
I disagree. Never make that. That is horrible. So I went in and I was like, this yesterday, the day before this toilet has been clean. I can rely on this toilet. Me and this toilet have a mutual understanding. We're not here for a long-term commitment. We're here both for a pleasure. The toilet is there to provide a service. It can feel good by providing me with a clean toilet. I am here to avail of a clean, safe space to decompress and relieve my bladder. But when I went
You
in,
get me.
clearly this toilet had swapped sides. The toilet was now working for the enemy. Whatever the enemy is, The toilet was
You
a
were a
double
toilet
agent
I can
this
relate.
entire time. Because when I went into the toilet stall, I closed the door behind me, was totally fine. I sat down
He
as
wasn't
normal,
oiled.
and I actually took a step back. I will like, whoa, because when I looked at the door, it was as if I entered a Resident Evil 7 like horror section. It was a horror game collectible ass looking door. Every single part of it was scrawled with upside down crosses and loads of really weird quotes that I can't even remember, but they sounded biblical in nature, and there was loads of weird, like
Hey, yo, Jesus.
actually creepy drawings that were being like etched, like sketched in, and then right beside
By
it was an
actually
advertisement for
creepy,
local
do you mean
guitar
like
lessons.
graphic?
Yeah. So like demons and like upside down crosses and like that creepy that I was
Oh,
uncomfortable and I didn't want to take a
have
picture of
you
it because I was
ever,
like, that's actually weird.
I know this is slightly going,
Needless to say,
jumping, and you're not
I did
finished your
not need
story.
to. I did not. I was able to go to the toilet. But carry on.
Did you go to that toilet or did you try and find another one?
No, because I had the door closed by the time I was in, so I was afraid if I emptied it, like if I left straight away, I would accidentally summon like a Ghostbusters Hellhound dog thing, and it would just pounce on me. So I decided to give my sacrifice to the demon toilet and then leave and hope that nothing was
And
plagued on me.
was it just the one? So, okay, can I establish a timeline?
this is this isn't like a Tenet situation. It's not gonna. I'm not gonna walk out and see myself younger walking in and then start etching on the walls
You see
frantically.
younger you walking in with a marker.
That would be
It's young
weird.
you doing your spelling test. That's the mum
Rolling
shit
around.
you were trying to spell. You were like, I gotta fucking how do you
Oh,
spell toaster?
why was toaster the word I was? No, but you can establish the timeline if you want, but it's really not that complicated.
Well, going by the way that you phrased it in your story, I am just picturing in my head, and I could be wrong. You went in Monday, the toilet was fine, all
Yes.
oiled up and normal. You went in
Not
Tuesday,
oiled.
and it was
Oiled
all
is a poor
demonic and
choice of
fucking.
words. Polished.
And logged you
Polished
to
is the
your
word.
grave.
Polished is the correct word.
Polished.
Yeah, a polished floor.
Oh, the poor cleaner that is like, time to see my fine polished porcelain. No!
Yeah, and then just have it like, covered with like demon worship
Was
stuff.
it
It's like
covered
a
in
cult of
shit?
the lamb advertisement. What?
Was it Oh, so
No, ironically
am
enough,
I?
the actual toilet was still pristine. It was just the stall around it was covered in these etches that was like it felt like the Until Dawn logo was about to appear, and then like that would have changed the narrative progression for me. But it was weird. It was freaky. It genuinely made me uncomfortable. So
And
I
did they only put markings and writings on like the stall doors and walls?
yes, that's
They
what I
didn't
said.
put any like signs or signatures on the toilet bowl itself.
No, that was clean.
I remember in the school that we both attended, and I'm fearing that I may have said the story before, so I'll say it very quickly. There was always a lot of graffiti. I remember one time my name, I think, yeah, my name was mentioned on the graffiti, but that was really it. Now, I have a slight, so I seen a TikTok of someone that has made a song or like a video. I think it's a song they made, and it's a comedian. Well, I hope it's either a comedian or a songwriter or both. And they've made a song of like graffiti that they've seen in like toilet stalls, and it's quite humorous. I must actually try and track it down and like get the. So shout out to the person that made that, but I found it really funny because did you ever see any of those like toilet stalls where it's just like, because I think I remember last year we were on holiday and I seen a place of like, welcome to this place. Beware the women. They're a dangerous. Oh yeah, dear men, dear comrades, beware the women, for they are mischievous, shape-shifting folk. And
No,
then
I haven't heard that.
some
That's
guy written on. I love when there's a bit of a conversation going on. It's just like, does anyone care about me? No.
yeah, and then everyone just
Yes.
replies. one of the things that I always confuse or like piques my curiosity, but I've never ever succumbed to their. Uh, I was going to say charcuterie, but I meant chicanery.
Charcuterie.
But I've never succumbed to their trickery. Was numbers. Loads of the times when you go into toilet stalls, there's like call this number, and then it doesn't
Phone
say
numbers.
why. Yeah, phone
Oh,
numbers, and I've never
you've
done it,
given
and
me
I don't want it, but I'm scared.
you've given me two ideas into my
I
brain.
feel like that'd be a great
Um,
concept for a horror movie, though. You go into a stall room, you
I
call the number, and then
remember
like a demon comes.
where I wait for the bus stop because it's sheltered is there's an alleyway, and I always wait in the alleyway.
It's Crime
And
Alley.
unfortunately, no.
So how was this alley that you speak of?
So I'm pretty sure you've been down this alley, but
Oh, I've been near your alley. Don't worry.
oh
I
my
know the
god.
alley very well. In fact, I was
Um,
probably at that alley before you were ever at that alley.
the fuck? But I was looking at it today and it was just like covered in like graffiti and people like, this person, like what you just described, I've seen phone numbers. And then I also remember in college, they left like little notes attached to paper. And I want to see little blank notes of paper attached to string of like, oh, just give a motivational message. And of course, college students, what do you think they did?
I can't even guess.
College creative media students.
That doesn't narrow it down.
Yeah, no, most of them were not helpful. Like, always leave cheese out for the cheeseman.
The cheeseman is approaching.
I want to see if
Prepare
I can
your
find like some
dam.
genuine ones.
That is quite funny. That implies the presence of this strange Lovecraftian cheeseman who stalks the
Mm-hmm.
town at night, collecting leftover pieces of cheese and
It is
cursing the
cheeseman.
families that do not leave out the cheese.
Yeah,
I had a great segue from there, and it's escaped me.
cheese. I'm currently just I'm
Hmm.
being silent because I am trying to find because I explicitly remember I took pictures of these.
Ah, I know where I left my mark. Well, I didn't actually leave
Oh,
my mark, but I seen something that a lot of people did that kind of made me feel good. I was on
this?
holiday in Lisbon recently, for anyone that doesn't know, which I hope is everyone. And
Oh, but
there's
I
this
knew.
overlook that you can go to look over the entire city. It's a plot twist, I know, but it's a really good
Okay,
view.
sorry to cut you off. I found some.
Can I finish? It's literally my. I've got like
Okay,
10 seconds.
sorry.
So basically, you go up to this place. It's really cool, but and this happens in a lot of places across the world, but it warms my heart every time. Basically, there's a chain link fence that runs along to make sure that you don't fall off, but people go up and they lock locks like padlocks on it, and then they
Oh,
kind of probably it's either a promise that they're keeping or like a message
I
that
thought
they're
that was a
giving
Paris thing.
or it's in a lot of places. Um,
Didn't they do it in Paris, but they had to remove it because like it was weighing down their bridge?
it was weighing down the bridge.
Yeah.
There, the padlocks. I am looking this up while you're talking about your thing. The padlocks were weighing down the bridge.
Okay, so here are some of the notes that I took pictures of. So one was called phone number. I'm
Oh my god, you're
lazy.
actually right. Holy shit! Sorry.
Another note is podcasts are useful. One was actually pretty smart. So it's the greater than symbol, or no, it's willpower over everything, but it's like the math thing of 1/2, like a fraction, or yeah, like a
Yeah, a
fraction.
fraction and a half.
Um, yeah, so it's willpower over everything. That was actually pretty smart. There's another one of a little demon man saying, "Do drugs, kids."
Well, that's not good.
There's one here that's pretty. I don't know why. I think I took a picture of it because it's funny. Call back Patty. I
Who's
don't know.
Patty?
Well, that's the question, isn't
Oh,
it?
that's the unknown.
Um,
We don't know who Patty is.
One is use flashcards, and written underneath it, ISS cleaning services.
International Space Station cleaning services? Do
Um,
they come
my
down from the?
personal favorite of motivation. Good luck and don't fuck it up.
Well, that's true. That's pretty sound advice. That's pretty sound
Um,
advice. I'm trying to
if
think
we
of anyone.
fail, we all fail together.
That is also sound advice.
Another one that's quite nice. Nothing is more badass than treating a woman with respect.
And that is also true. Although treating everyone with
Um,
respect.
this one, friend of the channel Hoover might like very much. The One Piece is real.
I think I think it's a lie. As someone who is reading One Piece, I think that One Piece is a fiction made up by the government in order to keep people reading. I think the One Piece is either going to
Let's.
already be stolen, or it's a one piece of a suit, so it's just a waistcoat or just a hat. I feel like this is a theory that's being slept on. The Hoover has been laughing off for far too long. I think the One Piece is part of a three-piece suit. Luffy is wearing one piece. The waistcoat is one piece of a three piece, isn't it?
Can I continue?
Man, we knew. I want to know how you left your mark, Turtle Guy.
Can I? Okay, hold on. I only have one or two more of these.
Okay, well, I
Can I
guess
finish,
my host
please?
privileges have been ignored.
No, because
Go for it.
there's one. Okay, pretend you're doing a study with me vlog, so your imaginary viewers can keep you accountable.
That sounds slightly insane, but also it might slightly work.
Okay, this one here I cannot read out, but lastly, this one is a good wholesome one that I can read out. But sometimes you gotta shoot first and come up with the answers later.
I don't know if that's as wholesome as you think it is.
I don't know. It sounds. I think the way it's written sounds really wholesome. Obviously, it's not wholesome, but I just kind of like it.
It's coming from shoot first, ask questions later. Whereas if you're a
Yeah.
detective, you shoot the criminal first before interrogating them. So, which isn't really wholesome, unless I'm misunderstanding it. But that's some fun little marks to be leaving. But Turtle Guy, what else have you done to leave a mark? Either
I
a
wrote a
physical,
script.
an emotional one. Okay, that's fun. You wrote a script. Have you ever vandalized a building? Have you ever
I think
driven
I
into a
mentioned
tree?
this in the last leaving your mark, but I explicitly remember when we did a play
Yeah, this has been
that we
mentioned, Turtle
wrote.
Guy. We don't want to
Yeah.
rehash the same things. We want to
I'm
come up with
sorry.
new things. What's the point in
Did I
giving a
say
sequel episode if
the?
we're just going to talk about the same stuff?
I didn't know. Did I
You started off your
mention?
thing saying, I think I mentioned this in the last one.
Did I mention when I was leaving, like, what was it, primary school? They do the tradition of like everyone would sign your polo shirt. Did you ever have that?
No, what the hell?
Yeah, David would probably agree with me because he also did it, but mine kind of fucked up. Yeah, you'd go out with markers on your last day, and people would sign your polo shirt, like, "Oh, good luck, goodbye, get the fuck out." And of course, on the back, people would always write "kick me."
No,
However,
that never happened for me.
really, again, it was a weird thing that our primary school did. I
We
don't
got
know
given a
why.
cup of tea, a biscuit, and a calculator, and then that was kind of our farewell.
They give you a cup of tea. They give you a sit down. They're like, right, good, good.
No,
Get the fuck
literally,
out.
what we were done is when we got to the end, we were allowed into the staff room for the very first time, where we
The
got to
Holy
sit down at a
Land.
table. We were given biscuits, tea, and a Casio calculator. That honestly, to this day, is still the best calculator that I own. Um, oh no, that's a lie. I forgot. I did get another one because now I have to hit it for it to turn on, but it still works. If it like vibrates for some reason. But yeah, that was man.
Weird.
I remember that vividly. Oh, they also framed one of our like art projects, and I did a haunted house, so they framed that, which I think is still up somewhere. If I'm not sure, it could be in an
Maybe.
attic somewhere either.
So yeah,
I do have
basically,
another. That does remind. But carry on, finish your story.
I will always finish the story. Um, it then started raining, and they give us whiteboard markers, and it was absolutely lashing. I ran, and again, I was just in my polo shirt. I didn't have my jumper with me, and the rain basically wiped all of the signatures and stuff that was on the back of my shirt. So they're all just it's like a tie. The back of it is now like a tie dye.
Do you still have it?
I still have it. It's down in my
Oh, that's
room. My
cool.
my brother still has his.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, I am kind of realizing. Oh, another thing. I did a play recently, and I know you wanted to talk, but it's just one thing that kind of I noticed that I didn't do it, but I must actually do it for another time. Um, One of the other girls were going around with their programs of getting everyone to put their signatures at the bottom, and I'm like, huh, the fuck didn't I do that?
Yeah, that'd be a fun idea.
That'd be a nice little memento.
Yeah,
But Cyber Prime,
about
here's some.
turtle guy.
No,
Why did you say
but
but?
what? I said you for you to proceed.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, the other thing that just popped into my mind is that I think I c- I have not been able to confirm this, so I may be wrong, but there should be a painting that I painted hanging up in a hospital in a city. I'm not going to get any more specific than that because if it is still up, then my name is underneath it. I basically had a stint in hospital, so in order to kind of pay back to the people on the ward, I uh, I painted a painting, and it was a kind of a metaphorical thing. It was a tree that had rainbow leaves, a sturdy bark, and then really dark roots. So it was supposed to show that even from bright things can happen, even from the darkest of times, or bright things can grow from the darkest of soils and stuff like that. And I gave
Nice.
it to them, and they were like, "Yeah, this is really cool. We'll take this and we'll hang it up, or we'll raffle it." And then they just hung up, and I was like, "Wait, what?" So I think it's up, or they may have raffled it. So I don't actually know where it is,
Is
because
it the kind of thing that you want to check or
yeah, I
no?
wouldn't mind. But it's in like a very specific part of the hospital that you can't get in unless you kind of need to be there. Um, so the fact that I'm not able to see it is technically a good thing, but I've always been curious to like ring them up and be like, "Hey, I'm just curious. Is my painting still up on
Yeah,
your
but it's
walls?"
a phone call. They're like, oh yeah, we do. Here, I'll put you onto the painting.
They just hold it up to a blank wall. Oh, are you eating okay? Are they treating you well? Oh, yeah, that is
Hang on, you liars! I'm talking to a fucking wall.
that's a photo, not a painting. Lies.
I know what it sounds like. You
But
dare lie to me? I shall cast God Almighty hellfire.
hellfire. Fireball.
I was listening to that today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Well, that was probably a positive way that I left a mark, potentially, on a hospital.
Do you wanna end it on a positive, or should we go back to
Well, I
the
don't know.
toilet?
Do you have any other
Not really.
marks that you left on the world? Or on a
no,
toilet, if you want to bring it back to that?
I don't really have it. Nothing that are immediately popping out.
I had a toilet story, but I'm going to refrain. Actually, you know what? I don't need to say that. I can end it on a
No,
positive.
save it for number four.
Yeah, ooh, well, maybe there won't be a four, but we'll see. Another way
Ah,
of leaving a mark, I guess, was
the
with the
Irish
Cyber
goodbye.
Prime channel. I made that, and it's a catalog of hanging out with my friends and me playing video games and me just talking about stuff. And I'm very happy with it. Wholesome for the most part. And it's cool.
For the most part, what kind of demonic stuff?
Well, Turtle Guy gets hit by a train ASMR isn't exactly the most PG thing. But it does
Yeah, but it's
exist.
funny.
It is funny. It is quite funny. But I don't think I don't think there's anything else there probably is. There probably is many other things. Like I was in Disneyland Paris, and I have a weird memory that I put something somewhere that was really obscure that no one would ever probably know. But I kind of hid my own essentially equivalent to the Mickey Mouse symbols. But I don't know where. I don't know what it was, so I cannot
Little did
confirm or
Cyber
deny.
Prime know all the walls and everything in Disneyland is just like an alarm goes off in the security room.
Yeah. Oh, I hid a USB with my actual name on it somewhere in Disneyland for you to find. That's not true.
It's an ARG!
Don't do
It's an
that. It's not an
ARG!
ARG. Although I would, if I ever get like big enough to actually, number one, if I ever make money on this for myself, and then I can actually fund it into it and then make stuff, I would love to make an ARG. That would be something that I would genuinely find very fun. But yeah, I
Have
think Turtle.
we
Do you want to?
we discussed geocaching, didn't I? Know that's not
We
really
did.
making your mark. Okay.
Fucking
I'm just gonna
brilliant
go stop.
conversation there, buddy. Okay. And then
Hey!
it just goes
Don't!
silent.
Why you do this to me, man?
You're an actor. You control the stage. I have seen you
I'm
enrapture an
officially
audience
retired.
with mere
I
words.
am an actor no more.
I've seen you claim the attention of dozens from mere sentences and motions of your hand that were genuinely very, very good. So I just thought you would be
Thank
able
you.
to continue the conversation, but nope.
Um,
I
I'm
joke.
having a bad day.
I'm sorry.
I'm at,
I
I'm at
joke.
my, I'm at my mark. I have lost a power bank and I lost a four-color pen. I want to know a funny thing about the four-color
You
pen.
lost a four-colored man. A four was it? Did this four-colored pen have like sentimental value?
No, but it's always like you could lose a pen. But it was like a good, a good four-color blue
Yeah,
pen.
I lose like a four-colored pen like once every 2 weeks. That's a reliable thing for
I
me.
had been keeping that. No, what hurt even more was the fact that I realized that I lost the pen, went back and found it, and then the next day lost it again.
Oh.
Sometimes the world just
The
it has
world is a
to.
cruel place.
The world is a cruel bastard.
Indeed, indeed it is. But with that, I think it is time to end the Leaving Your Mark trilogy. The first trilogy of episodes, I believe. Unless you count the cake episodes, actually.
Uh,
The cake episodes are technically the first trilogy. That is.
Hopefully they won't be stuck as a trilogy, because Turtle Guy's hungry for some
Trilogies are really
cake.
nice numbers. Trilogies are. They have a beginning, they have a middle, they have an end. They don't stretch out anything. I think we all really like trilogies, don't you? Let us know your
I'm
favorite
sitting here
trilogy
with
in the
my cake
comments.
eating hat.
So. uh,
There was a word in
thank
that
you.
sentence that I was not supposed to say.
Was there?
I meant to not say hat.
Why not hat?
I don't know. I was gonna go for the traditional apron, but you know what? If it made you chuckle, let's go
I'm
with it.
so confused. I thought you were like you
I
accidentally
think the
like
tiredness
doxed
is getting
someone.
to us. This is what?
I thought you because the reason you were like I wasn't supposed to say that. I was like, what
No,
fucking
no, no, no,
barcode
no.
did he
I
spray out that I wasn't paying attention to? Did he just like say the password to my fucking gates? I
yes, it was your IP address, but I said
yes.
it so quickly.
No, but you didn't even say it. You just flicked open your stopwatch, and then it just the sound of it echoed through.
Hey, Cyber, can we do some more Jackbox?
Hey, stop asking me stuff like that on recording, man. It's not fair. But yes, we will. God damn it, because I have to say yes.
This is true, guys. Just like if I say it on recording, it has to happen.
And unfortunately, it usually does. But it's not unfortunate. We have a good time. But
Hey,
anyway, I have been Cyberprime. You can find me on the internet, based mainly just YouTube.
that's the
On
quest. He's not giving you any of the links anymore. You have to
but
genuinely find him.
no, please don't find me. But you can find my YouTube channel and the Cyber Prime on YouTube. You can find Turtle Guy at the Turtle Guy T.G on YouTube, and
I'll
you can
upload at
find
some point,
a
maybe.
link to this podcast everywhere. Well, not everywhere, but the places that really
Everywhere.
matter.
It's on the walls.
It's
We've
on the
put it on the
walls,
walls.
hidden
We've
within the
gone
weird
into. We've
satanic
taken the walls. They're on the
verses.
wall. Yeah, you
Uh,
gotta translate them.
Yeah, you gotta call the weird numbers there or numbers in the toilet
Number?
stalls,
Yes, I love a good
and then
number.
they give you the link to the channels. Don't do that. Never call them. That's probably sketchy. But either way, make sure to write us. I am actually unable to speak. Make sure to rate
Yeah.
us
And you
five
criticized me for
stars.
my lack of conversation.
Well, at least I'm still trying to contribute. I'm not going to. Yep.
How dare you insult me
See,
like
that's
this?
what it
How
means. That's what you were
dare
doing. You
you?
didn't even jump in to stop me, man. You just sat there.
I was
Anyway,
offended!
uh,
A pause is a traditional thing for an actor to take. I was. Ah!
did
That's
you
what I
just
was
like?
doing.
Anyway, okay. Well, thank you. That was a good performance. That was a good
I
little monologue.
did, for I am a professional.
But yeah, the new episodes come out every Friday, and even if it's just by the
They
skin of
do?
their teeth, they do come out every
Oh,
Friday.
yeah, like barely.
This one is
Once.
currently being recorded less than probably 12 hours before it goes live. So that's a little peek behind one of the 17 curtains that are still around us. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Not watching, listening. God damn it, thank you so much for listening. I
Staring,
need to
persevering us,
desperately sleep.
looking at us.
And we will see you in the next one. Goodbye, and have an awesome day.
Vroom vroom.
What is
I was
rum
just
rum?
adding sound effects.
Huh.
You got a problem?
No, I
Good,
don't think so.
good. We don't want no problems.
You really want the last word, don't you? God damn it, now I seem like the asshole.